It's 7 a.m. in a small apartment above a busy street. Outside, coffee shops are already buzzing, but inside, Alex is quietly boiling water in a sleek stainless steel kettle. The smell of freshly ground beans fills the kitchen, not the cheap supermarket kind, but coffee bought in bulk from a local roaster at a discount. Alex's phone buzzes with a notification, not from a shopping app, but from an investment account showing a small deposit made automatically overnight. The fridge is neatly packed. Homemade yogurt in glass jars, frozen berries bought on sale, vegetables from a friend's garden. Frugality here doesn't look like deprivation. It looks like calm. It looks like control. Many people think frugal living means clipping coupons or skipping fun. But in today's world, with prices climbing and the buy now button always tempting, frugality has changed. It's no longer just about saving money. It's about making smart, small choices every day so you can enjoy life without debt or stress. This is the modern frugal lifestyle, intentional, creative, and surprisingly freeing. And the people who master it have habits that are as practical as they are powerful. Many people mix up frugal and cheap, but they're not the same. Being cheap means spending the least money possible, even if it means poor quality, bad service, or discomfort. It's when you buy the lowest price shoes and they fall apart in 6 months. Being frugal means spending wisely. A frugal person might pay more upfront for shoes that last 5 years, saving money in the long run. They think about value, not just price. Recent studies show that frugal people often have more savings and less debt than those who spend freely.
Why?
Because they choose carefully, plan ahead, and avoid buying things they don't truly need. Frugality is not about avoiding joy. It's about making space for the things that matter most. It's the difference between cutting corners and building a life that's strong, stable, and free from money stress. Habit 1. Spending in reverse. Most people get paid, pay their bills, spend on daily life, and then hope there's something left to save.
Frugal people flip this around.
They save and invest first, then live on what's left. This is called spending in reverse, and it's one of the most powerful habits for building wealth. So, on payday, a frugal person's bank account automatically moves money into savings or investments. This could be a retirement fund, a stock portfolio, or even a future goals account. Bills and everyday expenses are paid after the savings have been set aside. It might feel strange at first, like you're limiting yourself. But in reality, you're protecting your future before spending on the present. You're making sure you can handle surprises, like car repairs or job changes, without debt. With prices and rent climbing in many cities, spending in reverse is more important than ever. It stops lifestyle creep when your spending grows as your income grows. Instead, your savings grow first. Frugal people don't save what's left over. They make sure savings happen before anything else, and that's why they're always a step ahead. You might think saving first is enough, but frugal people go one step further. They watch something most of us completely overlook. Habit 2. Microdecision Awareness. Frugal people know that small choices matter. They pay attention to microdecisions, the little daily actions that quietly drain or protect their money. It's not just the big expenses like rent or cars. It's paying for delivery when you could walk 5 minutes to pick up your food. It's leaving lights on in empty rooms. These small moments might seem harmless, but over weeks and months, they add up to hundreds or even thousands of dollars. To avoid wasting money, frugal people set up small systems, reusable coffee filters, walking or biking for short trips, and cooking double portions to avoid takeout. By staying aware of these microdecisions, they keep more money without feeling like they're sacrificing. Over time, those little wins become big savings. Habit 3. Treat purchases like employees. Frugal people don't just buy things, they hire them. They think of each purchase as an employee. If something is going to join their team, it must work hard, last long, and give good value. If it's lazy or breaks easily, it's a bad hire. A frugal person might buy $120 shoes that last for years. The cost per use ends up much lower. That's a good employee. The same idea works for kitchen tools, electronics, and even clothes. Frugal people ask, will this keep working for me over time? or will it cost me more later? They also consider maintenance. An item that's easy to repair or clean is a better worker than one that needs replacing often. This mindset helps them spend less in the long run while owning fewer, better things. And like a smart boss, they only hire what they truly need. It's about hiring the right staff for your life, the kind that makes your money work harder for you. Habit 4. Modern bartering and skill swapping. Frugal people know that not every need has to be met with money. Instead, they often trade skills or goods, a modern version of bartering. It's not about swapping farm animals like in old times. Today, it might be a web designer creating a logo for a friend in exchange for free home repairs. This habit saves money, builds trust, and strengthens community connections. Plus, it often leads to better quality because people trade what they do best. But frugality isn't just about swapping skills. It's also about knowing when to switch your entire lifestyle for maximum savings. Habit 5. Seasonal lifestyle switching. Frugal people adjust how they live depending on the season. This helps them save money and use resources wisely. In winter, they might cook large batches of soup or stews, which warm the home and reduce heating costs. They may also use thick curtains to keep heat in and wear layered clothing indoors instead of turning up the thermostat. In summer, they might switch to light meals that don't require the oven, use fans instead of air conditioning when possible, and walk or bike more to save on gas. They also time purchases with the seasons, buying winter clothes at end-of-season sales or fresh produce when it's cheapest and freezing it for later. This habit isn't just about money. It's about living in rhythm with nature and making the most of what each season offers. Seasonal switching keeps costs low while making life more balanced and enjoyable. Habit 6. Slow shopping. Frugal people don't rush to buy things. They practice slow shopping, waiting before making a purchase to see if they still want or need it. One common method is the 48-hour rule for small items and the 30-day rule for big ones. If, after that time, they still feel the item is worth it, they might buy it. Often, the desire fades, and they save the money. This habit helps avoid impulse buys, which studies show many people regret within days. It also gives time to compare prices, look for sales, or find secondhand options. Frugal people know that stores and websites are designed to make us buy fast, countdown timers, only 2 left messages, and flashy sales. Slow shopping takes back control. By buying less and buying better, they save money, avoid clutter, and feel happier with what they own. Habit 7. Hacking the subscription economy. Frugal people know that small monthly subscriptions can quietly eat away at their money. Streaming services, apps, delivery memberships, they seem cheap, but together they can cost hundreds each year. To stay in control, they review their subscriptions every few months. If they haven't used one recently, they cancel it. Some share plans with friends or family, splitting the cost. Others rotate services, so they're only paying for what they use. They also watch out for free trials that turn into paid plans. A simple calendar reminder can prevent surprise charges. By managing subscriptions this way, frugal people enjoy the things they love without paying for extras they don't use. It's a small habit that brings big yearly savings. Frugal people know that the cheapest thing you can own is often the thing you already have if you treat it right. Habit 8. DIY maintenance before DIY projects. Many people think frugal living means doing lots of DIY projects, like building furniture or making decorations. But frugal people know the biggest savings often come from maintaining what they already own. They clean and service appliances so they last longer, reseal shoes before they wear out, and update software on devices to keep them running smoothly. A quick fix now can prevent a costly replacement later. This habit also applies to cars, clothes, and even homes. Simple actions like changing air filters, tightening loose screws, and patching small tears can add years to an item's life. By focusing on maintenance first, frugal people spend less over time and reduce waste. They don't just buy less, they make what they have work harder and last longer. It's not flashy, but it's one of the smartest money habits you can have. Frugality exists everywhere, but it looks different in each culture. Around the world, smart living is about balance, respect for resources, and enjoying what you have. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel to see more content like this. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.